Well, me hotties, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, just saying hi to every single one of you. Here we are tonight, just gone 9 o'clock. We've got 1 hour of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but of course for all the nations of the world. Talking about the world, of course, I was much saddened to hear just an hour or two ago about the death of Alex Salmond, the former First Minister of Scotland, who took us in Scotland to the brink of being independent again. So there you are. We hadn't been independent for 307 years. And he, I think, rather sadly, did the decent thing, of course, but resigned just after Indy Ref. And I just wonder what would have happened had he stayed. So there we are. So God bless Alex Salmond, I say, and condolences to his dear family from all of us here in Scotland. And I do speak for Scotland. Saw a lady the other night on Question Time saying to the First Minister, the present First Minister of Scotland, you don't speak for all of Scotland, but one thing is absolutely certain, Scottie McClue speaks for all of Scotland and always has done. Hey, Scottie, dinky-doo, Croatia 2, Scotland 1, says CeeLo. Scottie, can you say a prayer for Alex? Yes, I can. Lord Almighty, commend this remarkable man and look after him, hold him in the palm of your hand forevermore. Amen. So there we are. All right, Scottie, how you doing, big chap? Dinky-doo, Michelle, dinky-doo. Lovely to have you with us, of course, and a very, very warm welcome. Now then, I am investing in a camera. If you're feeling flush, then pop on to the GoFundMe. We're not funded on YouTube, but pop onto the GoFundMe and send me £1 or £2, I say to you. R.I.P. Alex, dinky-doo. Good evening, Scottie. How are you? Colin, how lovely to hear from you. I send felicitations to you. Scottie, can we have a 2-minute silence? Well, we can do. The only problem we have is that the system might shut down if we did that. So there you are. But yes, we can have as long a silence as you like. And, I think a wonderful man. I have put up, guys, you'll see on TikTok and a little video on the YouTube channel. Very, very important. Get subscribing on YouTube. Everyone with access to YouTube or TikTok should be subscribing or following Scottie McClue. So there we are. Now, who have we got here? R.I.P. to the man. He was a great politician. Not for everyone, but he had Scotland at the foremost. Absolutely. And I think that's what we all feel tonight. It brings us all together. Dinky-doo, what a loss. R.I.P. Alex, says one of our wonderful viewers. Rick Starr. So there we are. Is the Finlay estate good to stay for a few days as an animal lover? Chrissy, I don't actually know, so I can't answer that question. So there you are. Did Alex Salmond ever get fully cleared of any wrongdoings before he passed? Matthew, he was cleared of wrongdoings years ago. Alex Salmond never, ever, ever put a foot wrong. And that's in a very famous journalist book. And then just suddenly we heard of things and they were, he was completely out of all that. Yes, absolutely no wrongdoing at all. So there we go. You've got to be very careful as a politician. This is why, a lot of people don't go into politics, because some people will stoop, and stop at nothing to get the advantage over another human being. So there you are. So you've always got to watch. You're buffering a fair bit, Scottie. What's going on with your infraweb? Liebchen, it might be your own, because as far as I can see, we're clear here, and everything's looking well. Yes, we're looking well on the internet. so it shouldn't be a problem. Hi, Professor Numpty, Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scottie, to the wonderful Neil O'Gormley. Good evening, Scottie, says Susan. Good evening, Susan. Lovely to have you with us. Here, says JD. It's very sad news, Scottie, but it will mean some unity in the independence movement, I think. Alex Salmond never wavered from his passionate belief in independence, and his opponents respected that. Robert, you're absolutely 100% correct. But as I was just typing tonight, I thought to myself, do you know, he was on the brink of taking us back to an independent country, which we had always been until 307 years before INDIREF. There we are. He had big shoes to fill. Now, tell me again, sorry. He had big shoes to fill. What do you mean, JD, by that? Tell us more again. I mean, Alex's shoes were very big, and they were big to fill. I've got you. He had big shoes to fill, not he had big shoes to fill. I've got you. It can be either way, you see. Very, very important. Scottie, can you change into black? Well, do you know, I actually debated just before I went on. I thought, will I put on my black suit, same as I had for the Queen, and my black tie? And then something came into my mind. It might have been Alex speaking to me, because I knew him. He said, no, don't you dare go into mourning for me. And I was going to do the show bareheaded. And again, I think it would be Alex saying, don't you dare take off your bonnet just for me, you know? And I would do it in a heartbeat. So there you are. It's almost to the day, 24 years, that Donald Dewar died, Scottie. Two colossal figures in Scottish politics. Indeed, Robert Scrimger. And I'll tell you something that was a common factor between the two of them. Both Donald Dewar and Alex Salmond were incredibly well-mannered. Yes, Donald Dewar had beautiful manners, you know. Glasgow Academy. We like that. But Donald Dewar always beautiful manners. And I can remember when Donald Dewar was appearing on the radio, and they would say to him, Good Morning Scotland, BBC at the time. And they'd say, with us is Donald Dewar. Good morning, Mr. Dewar. And he would say, good morning indeed. So there you are, wonderful stuff. So we send out love and condolences to Alex's family, a very sudden thing. And that's my thinking about black. Tell me if you think I got it right. Tell me if you think I should have put on my suit and this shirt, white shirt, and my black tie. So there you go. Because I would have done in a heartbeat. The details are sketchy, says JD. They are, JD. I tell you. Now, who have we got here? Hi, Scottie. Wonderful Neil O'Gormley. Here, says JD. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, please do subscribe and get sharing, because we need to get that up. 1.5 million have looked at my YouTube channel in the last 28 days. 1.5 million. Almost 500,000 last week. Now, I've only got, after about 11 years, 16,000 subscribers. Something very strange about that. Everyone who can access YouTube should subscribe to that. So please do your bit and get sharing. There's a lot of fabulous videos. There's outstanding movies. There's television interviews. You know, remarkable. So when did you leave Scott FM? I'm coming back to you for the days of 1995, when Bonnybridge was saturated with UFO sightings. Remember those days, old man? Liebchen, I do, old man. I left in 1996. So it's 30 years in December since I came to Scott FM. 30 years. And I was thinking today, my mainstream media career is 40 years to date. Isn't that incredible? And we're still working, you know. Anyway, life goes on, Scottie. What's the oldest distillery in the world? Robert, the oldest distillery in the world. Is it West Coast or East Coast? Give us, Alex would enjoy this, because Alex enjoyed a light refreshment. I can tell you. I remember him well from the Scott FM days, and I've got a couple of nice stories to tell you as well. So there we go. Hey, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Yes, R.I.P. Alex. It's from Yorkshire. Right. Very nice. Big loss, says user 926. Glad he was cleared before he passed. Wasn't aware. Would have been horrible for the family. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yes, totally vindicated, as if he needed to be. Scottie in blue. Where's the green? You hate politics. No, I don't hate anything. Because you see, guys, if you hate something, you're shutting off an avenue of learning. You're going, oh no, I hate that. Don't ever do that. Ask yourself why. Broaden your spectrum of understanding. Knowledge and understanding. That's one of the reasons you're watching me right now. Because you know this is a big, big source of knowledge and understanding. So there you are. Good evening, Scottie. I don't hate politics. I'm just not a political animal, but I am an economic animal. And I know that Alex Salmond was an excellent economist and was very, very good for Scotland. And for anybody to say that he was divisive, he brought us all together. So there you have it. It's Bushmills, County Antrim. Do you know, Robert, I don't take a refreshment anymore, but I remember a lovely lady one night. It was a radio do, and we were just coming to the end of it, and we had been swapping stories, and she said, I love your stories. I'm going to get you a large bush. Off she went to the bar and came back with a beautiful Bushmills whiskey. So there you have it. And it was very, very nice. I can tell you that. So there we are, County Antrim. We love it, the green hills of Antrim. And the green hills of Antrim. R.I.P. Alex Salmond, says Scottish guy. Come back to Viking FM, says Reese. Reese, do you remember the Viking days? In all, we had such fun. Good evening, Scottie. Do you know, when I look back, I've been so blessed being allowed to network all the country's top radio stations. Join my team, who's just sent me a heart. I tell you, I'm off to the shop soon, Scottie. Numpty heat. Don't you go away and miss the show, though. The shops will be shutting. How's it? You maybe because you're a celeb, you're allowed in late. So there you go. Now then, who have we got here? You're okay for me. Thank you, Sarah. Bless you. I say to you, do you miss Viking FM? Yes. But I was going to say I can't be on every radio station, but I just about was at the time. We were on Viking. We were on Radio City. We were on Radio Air in Leeds, where I was very sorry to see that Carol Kingston had passed away. And I think Carol's funeral was yesterday, if I've got that right. Where else was I on? I was on Sheffield, Hallam FM. I was on TFM up in Middlesbrough. This is all at the one time. And there were plans to network across all of the stations, which at the time were owned by EMAP that became Bauer Radio. Bauer Radio. Yes, indeed, I tell you. So what have we got here? Good evening, Dinky-Doo. Fit like from Manofield. Bitchin. Manofield just dinna start me. Fit lovely people. And fit lovely big hoosies. Oh, the woodwork in Manofield. Even the staircases, man. And the skirtings. Oh, proper, proper woodwork. Douglas fir, Scots spine. Ken, so I'll tell you, was it you and Clyde 261 with a lovable lass? Wee Bob on later, no John Donnelly. Wee Bob was not on Clyde, he was on Scott FM. And he took over the late shows, because I couldn't be in two places at once, and I took over the morning shows. And everybody said, you're mad, you'll lose your audience. We doubled the audience on the morning shows. Here's a telephone call coming in, guys. There's a coach coming in. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Scott.
Are you there? Are you excited? We can't believe he's got on to Scottie. So there we go. I tell you. Now then, thoughts on Salmon's death. Very, very saddened. A huge loss to the people of Scotland. Remarkable man. So there you are. And I've got some incredible stories I could tell you. But I want you guys to go first. If you knew him well, then, as I say, do let me know. Hello, you're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? There we go. He's very excited that he's learned to use the telephone. So there we go. You can't beat it, can you? I tell you. We'll just ignore him because he might start ringing now. So there you go. Now, who else have we got here? Are you a Freemason? Says Private. I don't think there's such a thing as a Freemason, because a friend of mine once had to get the Masons in to repoint his country house, some of the ashlars, and it was very expensive. So I think this idea that it's free, and they can do all the work at your house, I don't think it works that way. Hi, Kareem, how are you, Dinky-Doo? Now then, it was Scott FM. Absolutely, Alan. Good for you. So there you go. But I was on Clyde as well with the Clyde Cayley. McClue was everywhere. Should be back, really. There was never any reason. Do you know I never said or did anything that could give anyone any reason not to put Scottie McClue back on the radio right now? How about that? Would that be good stuff? I tell you. So there we go. It looks like we're getting the same person ringing here, so we'll not bother too much with that. Oh, lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He laughed. He got so excited when he actually had learned to use the phone. I said, hello, hello. I got through in the phone. Wow. Technology. Isn't technology great? We've had an Alex Salmon party tonight. So there you are, says Cheeky Charlie. Alex has passed away abroad. Yes, indeed, Macedonia. So there you go, speaking in Macedonia. Dinky-Doo, everybody. Now, what have we got here? I don't get why some people don't vote. Well, I think the problem is politics has been, how can I say, taken over. It's been hijacked. And you've got some dodgy characters in politics now, so it doesn't get the respect. Alex was old school. Here is Scotty's sad news about X, says Louis. Absolutely. Mon the Ton, says Mason. Good evening, Scotty, my boy. I tell you. Who have we got here, guys? Can we call you? I'm sure you can. What's it called, says Bobby. Cumbernauld. I love how modest Scotty is. Thank you, cheeky Charlie. Gone but never forgotten. Alex Salmon, the fight goes on for Indy. Well, he took us to the brink of Scotland getting its independence back. Scotland regaining its independence. And guys, if you're on the TikTok, get yourselves onto the videos, because I've extracted what I said about Alex Salmond 10 years ago at the time of Indie Ref. So there you have it. Now you know. Wonderful. So that was that. I can tell you. Right, we don't want any of that. Hold on. Thank you very much. Now then, who have we got here? How old are you now, Scottie? This is what we don't know. I'm a time traveller, you see, so I could at least be 1 million. I tell you. No, I'm actually in my 50s now. When are you going back on radio, Scottie? Just as soon as we get invited to the right station. That bonnet's glass, Scottie. Well, guys, I was thinking about putting on my dark suit and my black tie for Alex as a mark of respect. And I think it was the man himself that spoke to me just before I went on. He went, no, you don't change for me. You get on there. McClue's McClue. He was a huge fan of Scottie McClue. And one of our journalists was once going out to interview him. And whoever was his Rottweiler at the time said, what questions do you have for the First Minister? And he said, oh, I've got this, and I've got that, and I've got that. And that's fine. He said, and I've also to pass on regards from Scottie McClue. And she said, well, I don't think you'd be interested in that. So that was that. Anyway, he completely ignored her and said to Alex, he said, I have to pass regards from Scottie McClue. And Alex gave him a card with his personal mobile on it. Said, give Scottie that. That's all he said. Give Scottie that. Former resident of Linlithgow, yes, often saw Eck in the bookies. We knew his horse racing. I can remember somebody telling me, I said, he must have very vast interests. And he went, yes, horse racing. And we know he liked a refreshment. So there we go as well. Just a proper guy. A right regular guy. Do you think Trump can win? The prediction markets are saying he's got a 4% lead. I don't think there's any doubt Trump will win. And about time too. So I would say to everybody, back Donald Trump. Simon lived his whole life as a Brit. That's what you should be remembered for. Well, we're all Brits. We've all lived our whole lives as Brits. There's nothing else for it. If you are Scottish, then you are British. Yeah? So let's have that. That's what we should all be remembered for. Do you like the show Outlander? I haven't seen it all. Bring back Scottie and the Bonnet. Yes, indeed, I think so. So there we go. Loved your late night shows, Boss Man. Saw me through the night shift. That's what it was all about. And all the guys who were in the slammer, one of them said to me, you know, Scottie, we learned more from you than we ever did anywhere else. Another guy said, we learned more from you than we did at the school. Information, education, entertainment, Scottie McClue, DINKY-DOO. You're the man, Scottie. The single mums might not like it, Scottie. The single mums, we raised their plight. Look at it that way. Have a think. See the big picture. Hi, everybody. I was on the call with you. Good one, Charlie. Why was he in North Macedonia? I don't know, but he might have been speaking to the Macedonians. So there you are. You see, throughout the world, there's lots of people who are interested in the politics of that. So there we are. Russ, you keep spamming us with the same question. Stop it. Oh, sad, I liked Alex Aaron, says Gillian. Do you vote yes or no, Scottie? No, I mean, I think Scotland should be independent even in a non-political way. Economically, Scotland should be hanging on to its own money. You know, there's no doubt about that. And every time you see they're giving money to Scotland, they're just giving us back a little bit of what we've given them. Scottie from Red Rose Radio, Preston, used to listen to after work with the shifts. Mr. Jones, We loved Red Rose in Preston. How's it hanging, Scotty boy? Quite beautifully, Del boy. Hello, Michaela says. Hello, Michaela. And there we go. You look great. So there we are, says Cheeky Charlie. Yes, Cheeky Charlie. But of course, I wasn't born, you see. I was knitted by my grandmother. Macedonia, Alexander the Great. 69 years of the 4 emperors. The gods have a sense of humour. Keith, how very interesting. Come back to radio, Scotty. Well, you see, it's not up to me, and believe it or not, as I say, last week we had almost 500,000 people watching Scottie McClue. So, come on, guys. You know, is this bigger than the radio? I ask you. It's worth a look, isn't it? Very, very important. What do we got here? We are the people. We are indeed the people, I say to you. Say hello to Lorna, my wife Lorna. It would delight her. Jay, of course. We always say hello to Lorna. Answer the phone, says Charlie. Well, Charlie, are you just going to laugh and go, I go through, you know, are you actually going to discuss something? Scotty, I spoke to you on Red Rose Radio about 35 years ago. Joe, that's amazing. It would be 32 years ago. Scotty loves the single mothers. Of course we do, Lee. We supported them. We just made sure they knew what was what. I tell you. Greetings from Scapa Flow in Texas. We love you in Scapa Flow in Texas. We are Black Diamond Radio, Scotty. No, I've not been on Black Diamond, but I hear it's a very good station. So there we go. Scotty, I can't get through calling. Kareem, tell me what your number, the one figure your number ends on, and then phone me. So there you go. And we'll see if we can get you on for a wee chat. I think it would be very, very apt, particularly tonight. So there we go. Say hello. Yes, we need a Trump in Scotland. Shall I do it myself? Respects to Archie, says Chris. Absolutely. Fine wee lass, a bonny wee lass, says Gary. Yes, bonny wee Jeannie McCall. I gave her my mother's engagement ring and a bonny wee tartan shawl. I met her in a wedding at the Cooperative Hall. I was the best man, and she was the belle of the ball. See, I'm not just an athlete, I can tell you. Yes, come back, we love you. Gillian, thank you. World War III, says Lee. Red Rose Radio Preston in the 90s. Talk show, Scotty, some fun. Mr. Jones, did we not just... Listen, wherever Scottie McClue has appeared, radio or television, 100% win-win, total success. And I think this freaks some of the big bosses because they're not used to handling big audiences. And I think, take on Scottie McClue, yeah, brilliant. But you will get a very big audience. Can you handle that? And they go, well, maybe I'm better just taking my money and keeping my head down, not hiring anybody big for big talk on the radio. Play it safe. Safe pair of hands. We've got new politicians. We don't want to upset them. We don't know them yet. We have to watch. You're quite right. Safe pair of hands. Just keep it nobody watching and nobody listening, as long as you're getting your salary. There we are. Scottish wildlife. Tell us a story, please, about Scotland. I could tell you 1,000,000 stories about Scotland. There we are. Good Alex Salmond, I tell you. So there we go. Please say hello. Yeah, we've done that one. Guys, see if you're sending me something. Just send me it once. I'd love that if you did. I think Yorkshire should gain independence too. Yes, what about England gaining independence from Scotland? And see how you go. You know, you wouldn't get the big subsidies, but you could see how you go. There we go. Remember, Scotland is a fifth of the population. Who's this? Hello, you're live with Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty. It's Kareem. How are we doing?
Well, Kareem, well done. I said to you to give me... I'll make a wee note. I was going to get the last number of your number so I could... Because we've got some dafties phoning. And, you know, unfortunately, Kareem, it's like life itself. You've got 1% of the people are difficult. Oh, somebody's given me a big baseball cap. You've got 1% of the people dictate to the 99%.
Yeah.
You see, so I've got so many dafties on, I can't get a sensible man like yourself on. But you're here now.
It's always the minority.
Yes.
It's the minority that spoils it for the majority.
They do, but they're not spoiling this, I can tell you. Now then, Kareem, a very, very sad evening that the big man has left us.
Oh, Scotty, I think for all the people that are listening just now, all your fans, especially from Scotland, if you say, where were you, or what were you doing the moment you found out Alex Salmond passed away? And everyone will be able to sit down and think and reflect.
Yes.
And I think I know, and for me, I know what I was doing. I was travelling through from Glasgow to Livingston to do a bit of shopping. And you know, the weather, the wind, the storm, and sometimes you just get a gut feeling that something's happened. You just don't know. And when I came home and got told that information, I just thought, wow, that was just one of our titans, one of Scotland's sons has moved on, passed on.
Well, I'll tell you what I got this afternoon. I knew a guy, I haven't been in touch with him for a while, who is very big on Scottish independence. And he came into my mind just an hour or two before I heard, probably at the time Alex passed, and he knew Alex Salmond very well. And he sent me a text tonight and said, I'll give you a call next week. You know, and it's interesting. I wonder if he came into my mind just when Alex passed away, you know? Yeah. Because I think I'm a wee touch of the sidekicks, the second side. And tonight, I was about to change into my black suit and tie. And I was going to come on bonnetless. Out of respect for Alex and a very strong voice. I think it was the man himself. Don't you dare change for me. Don't you dare go and put on mourning clothes for me. You know? And don't take off your bonnet.
I think we could all look back and say that he was out in the communities. I mean, this morning he was giving a speech when it happened afterwards. You know, he was out and sending the message very clear to people. And
he was in Greece and he was in Macedonia, is that right?
Correct, yes. Yeah, he was doing a speech there. And, you know, that's one thing, up to the end, right to the end, doing what you love doing, basically, being with the people.
Yes, no, I don't think we should, be feeling sad for Alex. I think we're sad for ourselves and we're sad for his family. You know, condolences go out to the family. And we're sad for ourselves because a giant of politics, they even tried to see if they could fling some dirt at him, and it just failed. You know, because he'd never ever put a foot wrong. And there's a top journalist, I won't name him, but a top journalist wrote a book, and he actually said that there's never ever even been a whiff of anything with Alex. You know, and all the years he's been active in politics. Wonderful, wonderful guy. And he used to come into Scott FM. So this is 30 years ago. And, and I would see the back of his head in the next door studio, in the news studio. So I'd get on the talk back and I would say, "Good morning, Mr. Salmond." Like this, and he would say, "I hear a disembodied voice." And he would be thinking, the McClue. And as I say, when one of our journalists went out and the Rottweiler that was protecting him had said, what were the questions? And he said, I've to pass on regards from Scottie McClue. She said, well, he'll not be interested in that. And he said to him, he said, to pass on regards from Scottie McClue, Mr. Sam. He went, oh, give the big man this, and handed him a card with his personal mobile.
Wow.
And that's where people, in fairness, underestimate where Scottie McClue is in the scale of things. I sometimes underestimate it myself. You know?
I think people, in terms of Scotland now, where do we move forward? I would hope this week there'll be people coming to the Parliament. You know, the schools are off. There's a lot of there's no excuses. People should come together now, and I think it's now time for everyone to come together. You know, there's been all this bickering within the Yes movement and people stroking their own egos and all that. That has to end now. Let Alex passing be the start of us moving forward and forward for a new Scotland.
But Kareem, a lot of the negativity stems in Westminster. The SNP have always punched way above their weight, but now they are punching, you know, at their weight. And Westminster get very frightened because for 10% of the population, we've got about 35% of the goodies in the whole of the UK. So Westminster's very much in hock to Scotland, and that's why they spread all this negative stuff about we're subsidising Scotland, because the truth would just be ridiculous if they saw it. And so we're very, very heavily keeping this country afloat, and all the inventions over the years, almost everything that people use has come out of Scotland. Scotland had 4 universities when England had 2. You know, all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of where it stems from. And Alex frightened them, and all the things they say. So, question 1, you want independence. It's not the right time. It's always the right time. So what do the right wing say? They go, independence, oh yes, very divisive. Not divisive at all. And everything that you see that's a challenge for Scotland would be solved to some degree with independence.
It's a shame, Scottie, that a lot of people here don't. You know, you were a strong unionist in the past, but you've woken up and you can see. Oh no, you've always said it's the economics side behind it, and it's purely that. And it's not as if you're going to stop working with the rest of Britain.
No,
you're not. I think it's going to make it stronger.
Well,
the way it should be.
The UK need about 55 to 65% of what Scotland's got. So you're going to be trading with the rest of the UK right away. You're going to be trading with England, Northern Ireland and Wales. But maybe just England and Wales, the way Northern Ireland's looking. You see? Very interesting. But again, I can say this totally 100% non-politically. You know, and I have no agenda. And no one way. If it was the other way, if I thought, oh no, Scotland needs England, and I would say, do you see where I'm coming from? So, you know, people can shout at me, turn good, but no, nothing at all. No agenda, only the facts, but that's not always popular.
Correct, Scottie.
You know?
No, as always, you're correct,
Well, you look at some big-named politicians, very big-named politicians, that when they started adhering, not just telling the truth, adhering to the facts, they get rubbished and, you know, have to go.
Absolutely, Scottie. I think everyone has a timeline, don't they, within politics before someone else moves in. And Alex was... I'm gutted because I really was expecting him. His party was expected to get a good few seats within the next Scottish elections coming up, and to see him back in that Scottish Parliament, you know, debating not just with the First Minister but with all against the other parties, you know, it would have been absolutely amazing to see again. It really would have.
Well, I can remember there was a wonderful family in Scotland called the Buchanan Smiths, and Lord Balerno was the father. The mother was a lovely lady, and the 2 sons were Robin Buchanan Smith, who I knew, who was a director of STV and had a beautiful hotel up the West Coast, and his brother, Alec Buchanan-Smith. And Alec Buchanan-Smith's funeral, the preacher said, politics is a rough trade. You know? And I thought, yes, it is. And sometimes it's too rough, but Alex always wore the badge of office as a gentleman.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree, Scottie. And I just hope in the next few days a lot of people will sit, think and reflect that how far and how close that this country was newly, had her independence. Yes. And we were so close, but yet so far. We let it go. But there will be another time that it will come.
Kareem nearly regained her independence. That's the one Absolutely. I came up with tonight, and that's the one we shall have.
Absolutely, Scottie. But look, listen, thank you for taking my call, and I'm hoping you're in good health, and I can't wait to get back on and have a wee chat next time you're online.
Better. Bless you, Kareem. Loved your call, and Dinky-Doo, sir.
Thank you. Dinky-Doo. Bye, yes, Scottie. Cheers.
God bless Alex. Now then. You're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. I was just someone I know gave me a call and told me to ring you up. So what's happening?
Lovely to hear you. We've been talking about Alex Salmond, who passed away tonight.
Oh yes. Not good.
Not so good, from that point of view.
No, I remember when he was up in the runnings, and gosh, it's just something else.
It was something else. It was just different class.
Oh yeah. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so what are you gonna do for his passing?
His passing. Well, what we did tonight, we've dedicated the programme to him.
Oh, is this all dedicated to him?
Yep. And I was going to put on my dark suit and black tie, and I think the man himself had a word with me and said, "You will not." He wouldn't have wanted that.
Oh yeah. I don't think he liked black colours.
Lovely talking to you, and thank you for your call.
All right, goodbye, mate.
Goodbye, mate. Thank you very much. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Right, folks, if you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue, the First Lord of the Internet, #FloatHigh. Can you answer, says Mate. We're answering, Mate. Hi, I'm a big fan. How do I ring? I'm Scottie. Silent watch, hello. We do need a Trump. Hi, Scottie from Kirkintilloch. Do you live in Greenock? Sadly, I don't live in Greenock at the moment, but I do love Greenock. Can we have a chat? Of course we can, mate. So there you are. Alex Salmond passed away. They're saying on LBC. They are correct. Scottie, is the rumour true that you single-handedly crashed the phone network a few years back? Jacob, we did. If you go onto the TikTok videos, you'll have to scroll down a fair bit, and you will see a big article from the Daily Record. We had 460,000 calls in the first week. There we are. Do you know the song Crystal Chandeliers? Yes. Oh, their crystal chandeliers light up the picture on the wall. There we are. Such a sad day. Rangers or Celtic, says Matt. Matt, I suggest you go and see both of them play and then just make a decision. That's the best plan, I would say, and see what is what. Make a decision thereby. Right, I have to go back. We've got so much happening here. Now then, everybody trying to get through. I can't get through, so Scream. Can you play a tune for Alex? John, I might, yes, I'll play a tune for Alex on the squeeze box. I think Westminster knows, Scottie, that once the starting guns fired on Scottish independence, they've lost. If you take away the non-identifiable revenue, yes, we love that one. Oh, this is non-identifiable. From Gers, you could see Scotland would do okay. Scotland would always do okay. That's why they had to hush up the Macron report. Yes, indeed, Scotland would be richer than Norway. What about that? The problem with independence is there needs to be less factionalism, more focus on everyone getting together to achieve the cause. It won't happen overnight, but it's a movement that can't be killed. Robert, it can never be killed, but every so often it gets a name that it's to this or to that. So it becomes too anti-monarchist. So you lose 50% of the unionist votes. It becomes too much of a Protestant movement religious-wise, too much of a Catholic movement, too much of a this, too much of a that, you see? So people need to have a good look and see what's what, too far to the left, too far to the right. And they have factions, they split. So if you look back at the history from 1932, you'll see there was a split into the Scottish Covenant movement. Go back to John McCormick. Guys, see if you want to find out a good bit of history about the SNP. Get yourselves onto a book called The Flag in the Wind, written by John McCormick, who was a Glasgow lawyer. And he was the Alex Salmond of his day. And he was absolutely dedicated to an independent Scotland, to Scotland regaining her independence. That's what we're talking about there. Good call as usual, Kareem. Thank you, Susan. Scotty, any thoughts? No, we don't go into that, Magnus. DINKY-DOO, Mr. McClue says, Stephen, lovely to have you with us. What happened to the YouTube colours for the separate TikTok we asked you were to get? Don't know what you mean by that, David. That looks a bit strange. There we go. They're all dictators, says Gillian. Well, Alex wasn't. Alex gone the day Donald Dewar passed when Scotland were playing Croatia at that time. Scary. Yes, there are very often what we call doublers happen. Yes, Scott, it's all about priorities. You secure Scottish independence first, then you look at the things like the monarchy later. No, Robert. No. I know you wouldn't want to lose it, but that's later. No, Robert. You're missing the point totally. And this is where I'm coming from. You need to secure the monarchy first. So you need to say to the Scots, every single one of you, back the monarchy. Then the unionists don't have a gripe. If you don't back the monarchy, independence is toast. Because the monarchy, why should the monarchy back you? Do you see what I mean? If somebody said to me, right, I wonder if you could help us, Scotty. We're wanting something to get you out your job. Sorry, I beg your pardon? We want you to help, to get you out your job. Could you help us? So, Robert, sorry, on this one, the monarchy needs to feel 100% secured because the monarch holds the crown of Scotland at the moment. The crown of Scotland went back to Charles II when they got rid of Cromwell. Okay? The crown of Scotland. So the king is the head of state for Scotland. And I'm sorry Alex gone, because I would like to have seen him as the president of Scotland, one above the First Minister. You see? That's what we should have looked at. So there you are. So priorities, no. The crown first, number one. Then the currency, number two. Yes, pegged to sterling. Same as the Irish punt up till about 20 years ago. 25 years ago, something like that. No problem at all. And the Irish used to love it. When I was over in Ireland, I can remember saying to the receptionist at the hotel, could you give me sterling for change some punts? And she went, yes, of course, but I can only give you one for one. I know she was doing very well out of it. So there you are. And remember, Scotland had to seriously devalue its currency to facilitate economic union with England in 1707. Queen Anne thought she had a grip on it, but no. Guys, if you're watching, can everyone, and this includes all the TikTokers, please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? The YouTube channel should have a massive amount of subscribers, and it doesn't at the moment. It's got about 16,000 or something, and 1.5 million people have looked at the Scottie McClue YouTube channel, Scottie McClue Talk Show. Alexa, play Scottie McClue Talk Show on YouTube. Getting that from YouTube for you. 100% Scottie, I like your name o' me impugn lacessit. Those whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. Well, it's actually whad or meddle with me. Nobody attacks me with impunity. But there's a lot of people who don't want it. Yeah, well, they're going to lose independence then. They've got to make up their mind. If they want independence, then they have to want the monarchy. If they don't want the monarchy, accept that they'll never, ever be independent. It'll be toast. But you're right, I totally agree with you. Thank you, Robert. Yes, no, I'm just explaining. Robert, you and I have very little we would disagree on. But I sometimes have to explain myself. Alex gone the day after. Oh, yes, we did that one. How's everything? So sad about Alex. We both knew him personally. We did CBD. R.I.P. Alex Salmon, says Kiri. It's over now. No one has his charisma. Well, I think that was the problem. I think Alex shouldn't have felt he had to go after Indiref because it was so close. They were within 5% of a draw, 6% of winning outright. And the mainstream media like to say, well, Scotland said no, so I mean, that's it. Scotland didn't say no. Just over half of Scotland said no, mainly the pensioners, because they worried about the pension through lies from the movement that wanted to stay. And I've even forgotten their name, Better Together. They would have been better apart. Guys, I've put up a video on what I said about Alex 10 years ago. You'll see it tonight. So get yourselves on there. A lot of people think it's outdated. Robert, the Crown will never be outdated. Popular, contrary to popular myth, the king was elected in April 1320 when the aristocrats wrote to the Pope and said, can we choose our own king, please? And that's when, they ran with Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce was actually coronated in 1306, but they didn't want Rome running the show. And still, the UK doesn't want Rome running the show. It wants Edinburgh running the show. Scottie, you woke my Alexa up. Stephen, so sorry. Well, not really. Delighted. Anybody else get their Alexa? Did it work? Alexa, play Scottie McClue Talk Show on YouTube. Guys, make sure you've subscribed to the YouTube because it will go big, I tell you. There we are. Who have we got here? You're live with Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie.
Hello.
So basically, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Alex Salmond passing away. Did you know him?
Oh, that was so sad. I just got the notification there.
Yep, absolutely. So there we are. But thank you very much for your call.
And I'm really sorry because I know you're a great friend of Alex.
Yes.
And I hope he rests in peace.
Thank you so much for that. That is really appreciated. There we are. There's the young people joining in, coming and talking live on Scottie McClue. I like your selfie on the wall, Scottie. A wee selfie. I tell you. I'll show you a little bit more of it, numpteed. I'm going to get a camera, numpteed, so we can improve the YouTube. I tell you. Now, who else have we got? I woke up everybody's Alexa, apparently. Oh, dear. Oh, diddums. Have a fabulous evening. R.I.P. Alex Salmond. Hello, indeed, yes. Hakama. Political stuff. Alex was a good guy. For me, Alex Salmond was one of the best debaters in the UK, regardless of party. Tremendous. Political stuff aside, Alex is a good guy. Hi, Mr. McClue, says Matt. Hi, Matt. There we go. Ridiculous, Scottie. You've let your live phone in down. You'll only get 2 calls and a lucky David. Do you know that tonight we've had over 200 calls? So I think I'm very, very, very lucky. But I've only taken 2 or 3 of these because I wanted to talk about Alex Salmond, and we've only got an hour. So we've never let anyone down. The live phone in is in 100% root health, and all is well, I tell you. There we go. Just be you, Scottie. Thank you, Gillian. Dinky-Doo, sleep well. We have to dash, guys. We're out of time. The famous, what have you got? Is that you in the painting? Yes, indeed. Well, it's Lord Reith the Labrador. I tell you. Now, what have we got here? It's pronounced Alec, by the way. Yes, but it's spelt Alex, is it not? So there you are. The monarchy about themselves, are they? No. No, the monarchy, listen, would you like to do their job? Because I wouldn't. Scott, it's true, you had over 100,000 colours, you carry 460,000 colours in my heyday. And my heyday is still here. That doesn't change. The problem with independence is that the English government would not get their cut. Neil, couldn't have put it better myself. They're getting 100% of Scotland's income and giving us back 28. 28% they give us back. Wait till you see. No, we send them 75 billion and they send us 28 billion back. So what are we giving them there? 47 billion they've nicked. Quite good and squandered. There we go. Love my cats, Scottie. Oh, we love the cats. No, Scottie. Are you a unionist, says Archie. Well, what is a unionist? You know, why would you be a unionist? There we go. We need a new William Wallace. Right. R.I.P. Alex Salmond. Love it. Now the euro. There we are. Now it's the euro. NWO have taken over the banking system. Well, then we'd have a different currency, wouldn't they? One they haven't taken over. What does the name, where does the name Macintosh come from? It was a wonderful coat, a raincoat. Your Macintosh. Scotland ain't going to get the freedom. All the votes were rigged. Bro's saying straight facts. Absolutely. There we are. Alex gone today. So sad. What do we got here? It's David Mack says, it's all about you. Yes, David, it's all about you. Good man. Yes, never mind, Scottie McClue. It's all about you. We have to dash. I love you. Oh. I'm just sorting out the TikTok. Unable to verify. What's this nonsense? Right, we're just going to wee bit of nonsense on the TikTok and then we have to go. Okay, we'll just go, guys. God say good night.